up, y'all? It's happening again. I'm at that place, and it's that time. Back to Vegas, another World Series. Hi.
How are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good. Enjoy Vegas.
Thanks. We all know what happened last time, and I was really proud, but it wasn't the outcome I wanted, so. How you doing? Good. What's he? It's happening. Are you ready? Are you ready? I am ready. Going into the Rio now for the deep stack. $600 buy-in, 30,000 chips, and 30-minute levels?
40-minute.
40-minute levels. $500,000 guarantee, y'all. I haven't played a tournament since Big 50 weekend, so gotta get my mind right. Had that awesome interview with Joe yesterday, and we got a chance to talk, and he gave me some really good advice, so go in there and put my glasses on. Look at my shirt, though. It's cute, huh? Hey. Hey. Thanks, Bobby. Got one stop to make before we hit the table. Thank you, ma'am. That is so cute. I've never had that one before. You guys are not doing the fast track. You are sleeping. Headed to Pavilion Green. All right, y'all. Okay, so it's another break. This is my second break. No, thank you. I sat down with one hand, and then we went on our first break, and now we're on our next break. Started with 30,000. I'm at like 21. I guess that's pretty good considering I haven't played or won any hands. This whole last 2 rounds, I've raised 2 times. Everybody folds because they're like, she's nitty, 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 nitty. Man, I mean, I want to mix this shit up, but how do I mix up Queen 3 off? I ain't that good yet, y'all. Figuring out my table too, they're like hella aggressive and crazy. So there's some 3-betting going on and some like 4-bet bluffs, taking the time while I don't even have shit to play to just figure out what the hell they got going on. I got this guy at my table. He's probably had, like, I'm not exaggerating, 10 double Tito's and soda. Every time the guy passes by, he orders another one. And he drinks it before he could come back. And then I'm to the point where I'm like, you know how in a strip club, you be buying girls drinks? They don't really be drinking, y'all. I'm giving up the game right now. That shit be cranberry juice. Sorry to bust y'all bubbles. It ain't real. I think that's what he's doing. I think he's drinking cranberry juice on us, trying to make us think that he's faded or something like that. But I ain't going for the okie doke. I feel like my eyes look so red, but I don't know why. I wasn't crying, even though I did go busto. I have re-entered and sat down at a new table. My first table, like I mentioned, I wasn't getting any great cards. I had to mix it up. There was one point I had like King 6 of diamonds in the hijack. The blinds are 400, 800. I end up raising to 2,500. I get one caller and the flop is 5, 7, 9 with 1 diamond. Early position player leads out for 4,500. I end up min raising to 9,000 and he calls. The turn is another 9, the 9 of clubs. And just all in, I got about 17,000. He tanks for a minute, he seems really confused, and then he folds and he tells all the guys that he had a straight draw and a flush draw, and he was like, I don't know if I can hit it. I moved to a new table. Right away I get greeted by a nice Australian gentleman. I love the Aussies. My first hand, get aces, straight up like, the blinds 500, 1,000. I just pop it up to 3,000. Figured they would think that I was just coming in there being crazy. Somebody call, raise. Everybody folds. The very next hand, jacks. So now I'm under the gun. And I go ahead and do the same thing, make it 3,000. Everybody folded. And they're like, welcome to the table, this is your welcome gift. So up 5. So that's cool. Played about an orbit. I am under the gun again with king, queen, and diamonds, and I make it 25. I get a caller to my left, my nice Aussie friend, and then the lady down at the end jams it all in for 20,300. And I can't call that. And I'm hoping the guy next to me calls, and he thinks for a minute, and then he folds. He tries to imply that she didn't really have a good hand, and she looks at him like, and slam those aces on the table like a G. It's dinner break. I've eaten a protein bar today. I don't know why, I don't really get hungry when I play, but I know I do need to eat, so I'm gonna try to find something that's not disgusting and eat that. My protein bar was good. I'll check on y'all in a little bit. All right. Okay, so we come back from the dinner break, and I'm just eating my Greek salad. Had to get some grub. I've got king, queen off in the hijack. Right now the blinds are 600, 1,200, and I raise it up to 3,000. I get one caller under the gun plus 2 calls, and we go to the flop, which is all clubs with the king of clubs. So I got top pair. I also have the queen of clubs. He actually leads out for 4,000, and I pop it up to 95, and he's like, okay, I think I'm gonna call if I'm not dead. He keeps looking at his cards. I'm like, so he has a club. I'm like, but I wonder what club it is. It's obviously not the king of clubs. The only other club in the deck that beats me would be the ace clubs. If a club comes out. Turn is a red jack. He checks, and I jam for 15K. He calls really, really quickly. Turns out he has queen jack with the jack of clubs. So no club's gonna save him. No queen's gonna save him. The jack would save him. But no jack. River is a blank. So that was a nice little double up for me. Then there's another orbit, and I've got ace jack of diamonds in the small blind. I'm in for 600. The button raises to 35. And I just flat. We go to the flop, which is all low. Like nothing bigger than a 9. So I'm like, I check, he bets out 4,000, I snap call. The turn is an ace. I check again, he checks. The river is a jack. I lead out for 7,000, and he thinks for a minute and then calls. And I show him the bad news. I'm like, wow, I'm doing pretty good. I'm up to 80K, I'm feeling pretty good about life. And then they wanna move me to another table, y'all. I move to this other table, and it's like, keep getting the second besters. I get queens, and this guy calls me with ace rag, and there's an ace on the flop, and I get king queen, and there's an ace on the flop, and the same guy calls me with ace rag. I got ace queen in the big blind, and the small blind shoves. At this point I had maybe like 60s. He only had 20. So I shove, and he's got 9s, and they hold. I just dwindled all the way down to like 27,000 or something like that, and at this point the blinds are 816. I wake up with 5s in the big blind. Under the gun, raise, it folds around to me, and I jam for 28. And he calls, and he's got 7s. And now I'm out. No. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just like take a break. I'm actually waiting to meet someone who has agreed to give me an interview. I am excited about that, because you know how I feel about my interviews. Yesterday with Joe Hashem, like, oh my God, I love me some Joe. Joe, I love you. And thank you. Whew, take these glasses off. They working though. I ain't mucked no winning hands, and I ain't called no losing hands. Well, because I couldn't see. Guys, this is it. All of this. You see all these tables of poker? Can you see all this behind me? This grandeur, the glory. Endless. You don't even see where it ends. Look at that back there. You see that stage? It's blue. It's really, get out the way. Move. Get. You guys are like blocking my whole camera view right now. Like, I'm trying to see behind me with me in it too. You see that? You see that grandeur, the glory, the splendor? It's gonna be me, y'all. I'm gonna be up there on that stage. Mark my words.
It's good to be me. Yeah. If you can beat me for just a day or two, it's good. I give him no. Oh, you can have. You can have. Sorry. Sorry. Good hand. Probably.
What's up, y'all? Look at this mug. Hey. Hey, Frank.
How are you?
I'm happy. How you doing?
I'm always happy. It's good to be me. I live a charmed life. Everybody should be me for a day or two.
I would like that.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Man, so you're in the PLO, the Omaha 8?
Yeah, Omaha, PLO Omaha 8 or better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're like a badass mixed game player.
I played lots of mixed games. I don't know if I'm badass, but
I mean, your stats would say you're pretty badass.
I'm just saying it's good to be me. I'm not saying I'm good at any mixed games or anything.
I like your happy personality.
I do what I can.
I appreciate it. And you actually carry that onto the table, too. Like, you're yourself at the table.
I know. I try to feel... I mean, I feel like when you're playing poker, you should have fun. It's a card game, for crying out loud.
I agree with
Right?
that wholeheartedly. Do you ever play Hold'em as well, or you really stick to the more...
I'm really bad at Hold'em, especially No Limit. So, I mean, I play it if I have to, but I'm no good at it at all.
Really?
Yeah. Filling them right.
Nice.
You missed all those other players.
See, I was so focused on you. I didn't even see all them. All those fancy people. Hello, Miss Ivy. How you doing? I'm happy. It's Phil Ivy, you guys.
They're on break from the, I guess they're on the 50K break right now.
Gotcha.
And I was too cheap to play it this year.
Really?
Basically, yeah.
It's a 50K what?
The 50K Players Championship.
Wow. Tell me, how'd you get your start into this whole world that we live in?
I started playing poker in Tunica like 20 years ago. Whoa. Is that Phil behind the bus?
I think, yeah, he just went, he's like dipping out. Maybe he's looking at us like, where the hell are they going?
Maybe he's going to pee behind the bus.
Wow.
Sometimes if you're not allowed to go in the bus, you pee behind the bus.
You just pee behind
I don't
the
know
bus.
what happened
It
there.
happens.
I thought Phil had
Man, thanks for bringing me to the secret back cave entrance. I've never been back here. I was looking at your stats, and you've got some really impressive stats. I mean, you got 3 bracelets, World Series bracelets. That's major. You got 10 final tables.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, didn't even know that, huh?
Man. That seems like a lot.
I think it's a lot. You know, people say, oh, it's luck or whatever, but you're not consistently lucky. You gotta have some edge. Can you share?
Definitely no secrets when it comes to poker, I don't think. Nowadays, you can buy books for just about everything. So you can certainly find websites for everything.
Real talk.
You know, a lot of it's just tenacity. You know, playing year after year and being willing to buy into all kinds of different events and stuff like that. I mean, that helps a lot. When it comes to mixed games, it's tricky because a lot of people don't want to put in the investment time or money-wise that it takes to do well at different games. Because, you know, when it comes to playing No Limit Hold'em or 7-Card Stud or Omaha 8 or better, you can generally find those games in a normal card room. But
that's true.
You can't really find a lot of, you know, Badoosie, Badoogie, Triple Draw, No Limit Deuce. You know, all those games are just very unusual. So you have to be willing to, like, kind of pay your dues and do what it takes to win at those games.
If you can't find those games in your town, what would you tell someone? Like,
oddly enough, most of the time, the best education you can get is come to play here.
Come to play the World Series of Poker.
Yeah, because I mean, some of the events, like to be able to play a deuce to 7 $1,500 buy-in triple draw, or to play Raz for $1,500. I mean, you could play all day long. You're going to get to play a couple hundred hands in a live setting. I mean, where else are you going to play Raz for $1,500 for a whole day?
I don't know anywhere.
I mean, the World Series of Poker is really kind of cool when it comes to that kind of stuff.
It's super cool. I've been really enjoying myself and learning a lot.
What have you been playing?
I've been playing mostly No Limit, Hold'em, tournaments. I come from cash, and so I just transition into tournaments, and I'm getting my sea legs. You know, it's such a transition of your mental state.
Yeah.
I'm getting my shit together. Well, I appreciate you for joining me on this and giving me some insights. We do a thing on P's and Q's as well where we do poker etiquette.
Okay.
So I'd like to ask you what your #1 poker etiquette is.
Oh, people tank, like especially the people that check, tank all in. You know, if you're gonna check and you need a few seconds to Hollywood it up, that's one thing. But a check, 2-minute tank all in, come the fuck on. Who needs that?
You heard it. Well, thank you so much. This is Frank Kassela on P's and Q's. Hey. It's a new day at the Rio. Yeah. After busting the deep stack, sat around for a little while, talked to some players about some hands and looked at some of the footage from yesterday. I was able to figure out silly things I did and stuff like that. And today's a new day. And today is Colossus. Massive. I mean, I'm walking all the way to the main poker room. That's how freaking crowded it is here right now. There's already like 3,000 players in. It's probably gonna be like, I don't know, some record-breaking number of people. They're spreading this thing out, so let's crush. Yay. I should have waited one. Another day, another dollar. Holla. It's Thursday, which means it's not Wednesday, which means you can only guess what happened yesterday when you're ace-king and there's a king in the window and the guy flops middle set and then turns a full house and then you take your ass home and you go drink with your friends. That was fun. Carol got in last night, so she's coming in today. That is the blind for the bathroom. I can't even lie. It makes me so happy to see all these guys waiting in line to go pee. Now they kind of know how it feels. Look at that. Long line of men. No more shit talking, fellas. Hi, Carol.
Hello.
Excited for your day one in the Colossus?
I'm excited.
You played Colossus last year, right?
No, the year before.
The year before?
I
How'd
got
you do?
top 11%.
What? That's baller.
That didn't pay.
I'm in the long-ass line outside the Brasilia room to get my alternate seat. But it seems to actually be moving faster than I thought it would, so that's good. I went to bed 1:30, which is very impressive, and went over some hands with some friends and talked about some of the things I did right, some of the things I did wrong, some of the things I need to work on. I'm a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. Keep you posted. Almost there. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Pooper, scooper. I could just feel like it was going to be my first World Series cash. They are paying 1,100 players, and there are currently 2,800 left out of the 7,000. I just busted ace-9 off. I only had 35,000, and the blinds were 2-4, so I got less than 10 bigs, and any ace is good at that point, and I jam it and run into kings.
Sorry.
Are you really sorry? He said no. At least he was honest. And just couldn't hit that daggone ace. I got a lot of shoves through. I will say I've had some fun today. I've had some really great players at my tables. Like, everyone's been super chill, super nice, and it is disappointing, but I really feel like each of these disappointing moments is leading me closer to the big, exciting moment. And I'm really grateful for you guys for being here with me on this, because your encouragement and your great advice and like your analysis and all those things, like, it really keeps me going. It helps. A guy came by today and shook my hand. He's like, "Are you P's and Q's? Are you Q?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am Q." I think he was gonna say the same thing. He's like staring at me. He's like, "Yeah, I am Q." And he's like, "Oh, I watch your vlog." His name's Poker Crush. What's up, Poker Crush? I see you. Let's go, Poker Crush. Crush it, brother. Shout out to like all my players out here who are grinding this. This shit is not easy, y'all. It takes so much. You gotta win your flips. You gotta make the right decisions. You gotta do like everything right. And then you can do everything right and still be. So it's like, I guess do everything right as much as possible. I think I'm gonna gonna go sit my ass down for a minute, decide what I want to do for the rest of the week, if I'm gonna jump into the crazy eights later. It's tough when you just like don't cash. Part of me just really wants to go like hit a cash table, because y'all know like that's where my bread is buttered, but I'm not supposed to. Technically I'm supposed to stay in tournament mind mode, and that's probably what got me all messed up in the first place, because I've been playing cash at home because I haven't had time to play these 3-4 day tournaments. And I guess I could have played some like silly little dailies in LA, and that's probably what I should have done, even though it's like not a lot of money or whatever. I should have just done it just to keep my tournament mind. But I didn't, and I learned, and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Where's the tequila? At the last minute, I decide to jump into a nightly value stack at Planet Hollywood. And twerk, 3 players left. Come on, get it. Hey, what? Feels good when it feels good. You guys, I got a win in the bag. I've been here for a week, and before that I was here 2 weeks ago, and before that I was here 2 weeks ago. I needed this, not just for my pocketbook, but for my confidence. And just, I will tell you that in this week of disappointing outcomes, I was able to apply all of those learnings to this event today. Small event, Planet Hollywood, $130 buy-in. There ended up being 100 and something players. Cashed out 3rd place for $13.59. Yes!
I would have got first place, but instead. I see you on your YouTube page.
I see you on your YouTube page.
2 YouTubers about each other.
2 YouTubers. You know what?
She's a great poker player.
Great poker player right here. This brother right here. Yeah! I'm so glad you did that.
I'll be saying one. It'll be on Tuesday.
All love, fam.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's the thing about poker. You meet people who gonna be your fam for life. I'm so happy, you guys. And I did not have great cards today. I had a lot of shit hands, but I was disciplined, y'all. I made good decisions, and I picked some good spots and made some good moves. And I learned all those lessons from this week that I've been telling y'all about. All those stupid things I did all week, I did not do today. So 3rd place, I'm proud, and I'm so thankful for you guys for being here with me. Run it! All right, y'all. It's that time to go home. Although I am really excited to see my honey bunch. I've missed him all this time. This has been such a great trip. I'm so grateful for all of the people and experiences that I've had on this trip to my very first World Series of Poker. I gotta shout out my LFGO fam. I'm so glad I stayed with you guys and got to meet and hang out with all you guys. Like, you guys are all great people and great poker players, and so I appreciate you. Huge shout out to Joe Hashem for letting me sit down with him, and Frank Kassela and Femi Fashikin. I even got a chance to talk to Darren Elias. When you've been drinking too much at the bus stop bar.
Hello,
Hey.
Internet.
Hello, Internet. Hey, Hal. So I'm gonna get him on the vlog, and also shout out Barbara Enright, my mentor, my mommy dearest. I love you so much. Thanks for being there, like, to help lift my spirits in my sad moments. And thanks to my girls, Em and Carol. You know how we rockin'. We always rockin'. So, gosh, I just had such a great time with everyone. I know I'm gonna come out of this experience an even better player, an even better person, and so I'm really grateful, and I'm excited for everything that's to come. I'm about to double down on my tournaments. I'm doubling down on my trainings. I'm doubling down on everything because I'm all in. Next year I'm gonna be here for the whole series, coming home with a bag. So thank you guys for being here with me. Thanks, y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe. You can also find me on Instagram at P's and Q's Poker. See you next time.